portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Well, we are now 2 days into the region's largest telecommunications conference. The Caribbean Association of National Telecommunications Organization, or CANTO, is in the Bahamas for its 30th anniversary as it seeks to forge strategic alliances for sustainable broadband development. This as the wireless market is expanding at record rates worldwide.
Now, scores of industry partners from throughout the region participated in full sessions at the Atlantis Resort Paradise Island today. The last of them, we understand, ended just a short time ago. Well, over-the-top services that you use over your internet provider are raising concerns for some providers in the region who are of the view that stiffer regulations should be put in place to either tax these services or ban them altogether. Over-the-top content is content like video, audio, or other media being sent over the internet without the internet provider being involved in the regulation or control of that media. This can include services like WhatsApp, GroupMe, or Kik. And as Janaea Noel Ferguson tells us tonight, as the Bahamas prepares for a new service provider which will compete directly with BTC, this could impact some popular services that many Bahamians depend on.
Over the top, known in the telecommunications world as OTT services like Skype, Viber, and WhatsApp, are not welcomed by the region's telecommunications giant Digicel. Chairman PJ Mara described the OTTs as parasites, resulting in millions of dollars lost from the Caribbean telecommunications region.
These VoIP operators, out of the United States, are not paying. They're taking our services and other operator services, converting it into revenue for themselves. They don't pay us, so we cannot pay taxes here to the communities.
Now, Digicel hopes to pitch their proposal to be BTC's main competitor. Mara, whose comments came during the 30th annual CANTO conference held this week, said regulators must ensure that the interests of broadband providers are protected.
So we should get a grip on this by the regulators dealing with these companies and making it illegal for them to operate in these markets.
But IRCA officials say that when examining the issue, one must consider what these services mean, how they work, and how people should pay for them.
If the issue is one of government revenue, that can be addressed in many ways. It doesn't necessarily have to come in the way that is suggested by the operators. If the issue is that these over-the-top providers should be regulated in our country, we will address that in that way. We will regulate them if we have to. If that requires changes that the government has to deal with, that can happen. But we have to be very cautious in accepting.
Some of the issues raised today would require us as the regulator to ensure that we do our homework, to investigate or to listen, learn, and discover what some of the other underlying issues are.
Now, while BTC has not expressed a concern with the use of these services, CEO Leon Williams says it's something that the entire region is monitoring.
If a WhatsApp could be sold for billions of dollars, how did they make their money? And so we've got people on our network doing WhatsApp, doing Skype, doing all the OTTs, but there's no revenue left in the country. They're not licensed by any regulatory regime within the Caribbean. There's no money left in the Caribbean from the resources. BTC has not formulated any direct policy on it, and we will be socializing that with the larger group, Cable and Wireless, to see what would be the direction. But it is a challenge.
From the CANTO conference at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort, I'm Janaea Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
Well, still talking CANTO, the grouping was formed in 1984 to facilitate the development of the information and communication technology industry for the benefit of members and other stakeholders in the Caribbean region. Well, CANTO has grown from 8 members to 123 members in 30 countries. And those members include top mobile data and broadband providers worldwide. Well, ZNS News asks CANTO board members how competition and partnership can coexist within CANTO's membership. We got a response from CANTO Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Telesur Suriname, Dirk Curry, BTC CEO Leon Williams, and Digicel Trinidad Vice President of Public Policy, Julian Wilkins.
And it's not a question that we need to discuss only within the Caribbean, because it's an issue that really every operator in the world is dealing with. And with respect to the answer, no, we don't have the answer yet.
The government of Suriname introduced competition without privatization. So
Mr. Curry's company is still 100% owned by the government of Suriname. We're in the Bahamas. We introduced privatization and then competition. But they introduced competition without privatization. So he has a unique position.
We do have a lot of common goals, so that's how we work together, even though we're in competition. And what's happened now within Canto is that we've invited different types of operators. We've had Columbus Communications join Canto. They're a cable operator, and they've joined the telecom as the whole area of telecoms converges.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.